I would like to thank you first of all to our hosts from Latvia, Otis and Christine, that put this wonderful event together. You give me the pointer, yes, thank you. I'm very happy to be here with you today, and I do represent EuropaColon, European umbrella organization dedicated to fight against colorectal cancer. I would like to start my presentation with the overview of the problem of colorectal cancer in Europe today, and some of the information that I will be giving to you have already been in all this presentation or some other presentation, so I will skip them and go just briefly, also in respect to the time that we don't have. So, as you have seen, unfortunately, the GlobalCon data that is from 2008, so I suppose the situation is even worse now at the moment, is that more than 450,000 people are diagnosed each year with colorectal cancer. It is unfortunately almost 250,000 people die each year in Europe with colorectal cancer. It affects equally both men and women, and it is the myth, as Ulti said, that it affects more men. And what worries me in a way the most is that survival rates really correspond to the stage of the disease at the diagnosis. That means if caught early enough, colorectal cancer can be cured. This is the situation in the Baltic region, and first when I was looking at the data, I went to GlobalCon because this is what I could find on the internet, but I was really struck by the fact that from 2008 GlobalCon data to 2012, the incidence has risen by 16% and the mortality by 15%, and that although there is screening, the screening rate is only 7%, because I know some countries, I know examples of countries that are similar to yours, population of 2 million people, and the screening rate there is above 50%. And it is a lot of lives that are being saved there. So what are the main challenges today as we see it in EuropaColon? Well, first we believe that screening, the governments are not spending, not investing enough money in screening. And I'm very happy that we have someone from the ministry and that you are willing and you understand the problem and you are open to work with patient organizations. Also, one of the biggest problem is that yes, we know we live in a time of economic crisis. It's all over the world, it's all over Europe, and that there is not enough money to access to best treatment and care. But we don't believe it's fair that some patients, because they are born in UK or France, are allowed to have the best treatment and care, or that people, like for example, that young woman of 37 years old has to pay herself for the therapy. And for me, biggest concern is that citizens are not aware of their rights. And my question is, do citizens want to take responsibility for their lives? And why is it taboo to speak about colorectal cancer? Why is it okay for Angelina Jolie to go to all the media and say that she had her breast removed because of the danger of breast cancer that runs in her family? But why we have a young woman, 37-year-old, that is not willing to show her face and to speak about the problem? Colorectal cancer is as any other cancer. It is preventable, it is treatable if caught early, and I really believe that patients need to stand up to speak about it. So, EuropaColon was founded by the end of 2004, so that is you have from 2005, it doesn't matter, and we aim to unite all relevant stakeholders in the fight against the disease. This is our mission: to prevent deaths from colorectal cancer, improve the quality of life, and provide support for those affected by the disease. And we hope to achieve it. We hope that one day there will be less deaths because of colorectal cancer. How? Well, we believe that it is very important to work both on primary and secondary prevention, to speak about living healthy lifestyle, not smoking, limited alcohol intake and things like that in order to prevent colon cancer, but also to speak about screening program. Then our goal is to ensure access to best treatment and care for all citizens of Europe, regardless of where they live. And also we do support novel and innovative colorectal cancer research. And these are our key achievements to date. I will just go briefly through them. Now, since March, we have 22 groups. We are a family of 22 groups. The most recent one is from Germany. This is the list of our groups. We have affiliate groups. These are dedicated to fight against colorectal cancer, and the associate groups are those that are dealing with general cancer awareness, and those are our associates. In the next 2 years, this is what we have a plan. As you can see, we do plan to have some kind of affiliate associate relationship both in Estonia and Lithuania. I'm very happy that I'm here to discuss with people from Estonia and Lithuania the opportunities. And this is how our groups are set up, how they are structured. We have board of trustees with a chairperson on top. Then we believe that it's very important to have a manager, director, however you want to call it, someone that will manage the group. That person, although it could sound strange, should be paid at least part-time, couple of hours per week at least, because what we have realized that if it's only about goodwill, the work is not being done. What we believe is the crucial thing is membership, because the larger the membership is, the greater the credibility. The greater the credibility of the group is. And then there is National Medical Director, which has just some kind of advisory role together with multidisciplinary medical advisory board. Then, as of 2008, we have established March as European Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month in Brussels. It is the practice that came from the United States. It first was happening there, and then as of March 2008, a lot of campaigns were done all over Europe. I would give you just some examples from Slovakia. This is the campaign done this year, Test Your Own Risk of Colorectal Cancer. What is very important is that it was supported by a celebrity, which we believe really helps, because when you have somebody that is well known, it attracts a lot of media attention, but also raises better the awareness. Also, it is supported by the clinicians, which is very important. And these are the examples from Macedonia and Serbia. It's basically the same campaign. The campaign is, we have this little character, Mr. Excuse. You know how we all tend to say, okay, I'll do that later, tomorrow, maybe, and then it comes to never do it. And what they did in Serbia is that the government has started the screening campaign this year, because in Serbia, unfortunately, we do not believe enough in our Ministry of Health. We have decided, I'm saying we and them because I'm from Serbia and I'm also from EuropaColon, so we have sent out to all the family households invitations with this little character and saying, you know, screening is important to you, screening could save your life, please go and ask your family doctor about the screening possibility, because if you are above 50 years old, this is something that you should do. We also opened the telephone helpline, and you cannot believe how many calls we had. It's unbelievable, and I think that this is a way, if you cannot depend on your ministry and on your family doctors, then this is the way how you can do it. This is the inflatable colon, the replica of walk-through colon that we have developed, and as far as I know, there is one in Latvia. from my experience, you will not believe how much attractions it really gets. Because we did the campaign in Serbia last year, just delivering leaflets in March, and nobody wanted to take the leaflet when they heard that it is about colon cancer. But when we did it with this inflatable colon, it was joy for the children, to see. It looks like something big, something interesting. They wanted to walk through. And then we gathered the attention from their parents, from the older people. We also had clinicians there, and we announced it in media. And then patients would come and ask questions. Also, general public would come. And for one day, and for example, Belgrade is about 2 million people. For one day, we believe, because of the number of leaflets that we gave out, about 20,000 people walked through that inflatable colon. Also, there was the number of the telephone helpline and an enormous number of calls we had after that event. Then our inflatable colon toured France through more than 50 cities. And now they are gathering the data how awareness influenced the compliance, and this data will be present on our second colorectal cancer patient conference in Barcelona, which I will come to a little bit later. Then this is the program with screening. It is just not in Latvia, it's all over Europe. The data we have from 2009 is that less than 10% of people that are suitable for screening have been actually screened. And if we know that screening saves lives, not a lot of lives has been saved, unfortunately. So this is something we have to do. The other problem with the screening is there is lack of harmonization. Different tests are being used because of the costs, obviously. Also, there are different types of screening, whether it's formal population screening, whether the invitation is from the government or from the family doctors, or whether it is opportunistic, but data has shown that any screening is better than no screening. So we just have to work on it. This is something that we are working now at the moment. This is the Colorectal Cancer Patient Conference. It's the second conference that is going to be organized in July in Barcelona. You can see that the title is Your Life, Your Responsibility, because we believe that patients need to be more active, need to be more involved, they need to take their lives into their own hands, not to wait for somebody else from the government, for the physician or whomever. So the conference will take place on the 5th and 6th July in Barcelona, and I do wish to invite you all to participate in it. There will be some great speakers, really. And this is the impressions from the last conference. I was there, and it was really the great opportunity to hear different experiences, to see how patients are coping with colorectal cancer from all over Europe and even United States. It was also the chance to speak with really some great physicians that are dealing with colorectal cancer, and I think that this conference is going to be even better. And these are lobbying achievements. As I said, screening is a great issue and great problem. And for that reason, we did have prevention and control workshops with our affiliates in Portugal and Greece. They didn't have screening at that time at all, not even in their plans. And after the workshops, it was agreed that full population screening should start in those countries. Unfortunately, it is postponed due to austerity, because screening, when it starts, it needs really certain amount of money, but also certain amount of specialists that are going to deal with the screening. We have launched a white paper that is focused on prevention and early detection in November 2012 in Brussels, and then later in February this year we have launched CRC Health Check Barometer that you can find translated in Latvian. And what we are very proud of is that our affiliates and associates really lobby very strong in their own countries. I would just like to point out the situation we had in November last year in Hungary. The government suddenly decided that they do not want to reimburse biologic therapy for colorectal cancer patients because they have reimbursed it for 2 years, and then they decided, no, it's just 5 or 6 months of additional time, we could use money wiser. But then we have really one great person that is leading the group there. He's the patient himself. They have prepared such a huge media campaign that the government said, okay, we are not going to do it. Because the pressure was so huge, and you know, if they didn't do anything, now patients in Hungary wouldn't have therapy available. So my point is that you have to be strong, you have to stand up, and you have to ask for your rights. And for all that I said previously, EuropaColon has been acknowledged as the voice of colorectal cancer patients in Europe. And with that, I would like to say thank you, to invite you all to our patient conference, and if you have any questions, I will be glad to answer, but maybe later